Welcome back to The Vine. They sound convincing and can catch you off guard. We're talking about Medicare scams, and today Trey Gist from Gist Financial Services is here to help. And we were visiting before this. This is a very, very serious thing that's happening to our viewers.
Yes, it is. Post-COVID, these telemarketers really ramped up the number of calls they're outreaching to seniors, and there really are a lot of scams out there that are pulling the wool over people's eyes.
Trey, what is a good sign that Medicare messaging you're receiving is not legitimate?
Number one, if they offer you anything, because you're not supposed to do that, you cannot be enticed to enroll with any gifts whatsoever.
Okay.
So that's the number one thing is that they're trying to do. And number one, if they're just bringing up, a singular topic such as, a gift card or something of that nature, and that's what they're going off of.
This can happen in lots of different ways, right? I'm sure there's phone calls, text, and things in the mail. What do we do when we receive Medicare solicitation in the mail?
That used to be the primary way we used to reach out to new members, because Medicare requires for a consent to contact for you to, they have to fill it out and mail it in, and then we would call back after the fact.
I see.
Now those are going to multiple sources, and so therefore, number one, the person may or may highly likely not going to be a local producer.
Right.
They'll be out, and no telling where out in the country.
Sure.
And they may not know the market properly.
Yeah. And so what should we do if we get something in the mail?
Number one, I say don't fill them out.
Okay.
Because they really are, you just never know what you're going to get.
Okay. What should people do when they receive a Medicare solicitation over the phone?
Now, this is a part that is near and dear to me, because they, number one, aren't supposed to be soliciting, calling out.
Like you just said, same thing happens on the phone.
You're supposed to request it.
Okay.
So they're calling out. What they'll do is they will tell you about a few hot topics, and then once they set the hook, I guess you would say, they say, we're going to transfer you over to so-and-so, and that's another broker or somebody like that, which makes it an inbound call. So it's not like they reached out.
Oh,
and so
I see.
A lot of times the worst thing I get is peeped clients of mine will say, Trey, I got these new cards in the mail. What do we do? And what happened? Did you speak with somebody? Yes, I did. They said they worked with you. And I just dropped my head. And I go, okay, let's see what happened. We try to unwind and fix what happened, because they're preying on our seniors and our vulnerable population by promising in the world, delivering nothing.
You just nailed it on the head. They are preying off of vulnerable folks. And, these people trust folks,
It's crazy,
and we just can't do that all the time.
No, you cannot.
We're hearing that there are times that you can receive a grocery card or other things. What do we do with that?
Now, this day and age, every penny counts.
Yeah.
Anything that we can do, we're doing everything we possibly can to try to put money back in our clients' pockets.
Of course.
But these outbound solicitors will lead off with that as being the primary reason of why you need to select a plan.
What happens if a solicitor comes in after open enrollment? That should be a red flag.
Well, they will, but there's actually a period where you can switch plans after January 1st through March 31st. So that's if, basically if somebody messes up, you're able to go ahead and fix it at that point.
So you need to understand, if something happens outside of that window, this probably isn't legit.
If somebody calls you in the middle of June and is telling you that it's time for Medicare updates, yes, that's way outside the window.
Trey, how can people get a hold of you, and what does it cost to get started with this?
Number one, absolutely nothing.
Okay.
All you have to pay me is attention.
All right.
And on top of that, store this number in your phone, 501-476-7169. You're going to need it. This is a very active year. You're going to need somebody to turn to.
And if somebody has questions about whether or not this is a scam, are you able to kind of guide them through that?
We're going to give you our honest opinion every single time.
Okay, very good. Trey,
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for coming in here today. Ladies and gentlemen, protect yourselves. If it sounds too good to be true, but here's the thing, maybe it doesn't sound too good to be true, you just don't know, call Trey and his team. They'll
take care of you.
All right, thank you so much,
Thank
Trey.
you.